Welcome back, guys, to another gameplay. This time we are going to play the Stanley Parable, a video game that's kind of different of the normal ones. We are going to play as a worker, and I don't pretty much know more about it. So I heard it's fun, so let's have fun together. Didn't knew the loading was so big. So how have you been? From the time I'm recording this, I have already finished Amnesia. And I didn't expect it to end that quickly. But I also have Amnesia Machine for Pigs, if you want to continue. And after that, we have custom stories to be found everywhere. So don't worry if you like Amnesia. Well, this loading screen is really long. And is never the end, is never the end, is loading. Nah. 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 So, okay. Oh, it moved. Okay, it moved. I was thinking that game had frozen. Or maybe it had. It has frozen. Nothing. So let's keep looking into each other's eyes. How have you been? Have you done something lately? No? That's a shame. You could play games with me. Just say it. Look like it. It's almost there. Finally. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What? This game just broke on me in a bit? Or it was really like that? Don't know. So I heard if you do the contrary, he will say other things. I don't know if it's the case here, but let's wait just a little bit. So I can jump. I can't, unfortunately. What a boring place, my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm tired of waiting. Let's
All of
go.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the... Where's that? What a boring place, my god. Whoa. Looks like someone was left alone.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
In his left? Okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wow, what a view.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I drink? Can I drink? Let me drink, woman. Man, what the...
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yes, indeed. It is worth it.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Come on.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Come on, tell me there is one more. One more. Come on. Come on, I'm waiting. Looking at plant. Pictures. Can't open it. Pictures. Nah. Okay, looks like it's time to go.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Okay, in my left.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Story. It's a little bit weird that the doors keep on closing behind me when I'm just alone here. Wait a minute. What do I need to do?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
Her?
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who is she? You didn't talk about any her. Yes. You're really inviting me to a place I really want to go, huh? Fucking damn it. Okay. Geronimo.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her.
Reach out to her? For her? Where am I?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife? who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside.
Fuck off.
Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fuck off, man. Fuck
This
off.
is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee. 47, press A.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
No. Are you not going to say anything? I won't push the damn button. I'll make out with this man king. Nah. Hello. Okay,
Look at him
goddammit.
there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button.
Shut
Now
up.
he's eating lunch. Now
No, I'm
he's
not
going
eating.
home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Oh, I did?
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new
It's
lands.
white.
It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press G to watch TV. That I can do for
And
you.
so he began to fantasize
Fuck.
about his own
Cough!
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Yeah, you are going to trick me again? There's no boys, I'm sure.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Where's the boys? Come
As he
on.
wandered through this fantasy world,
the
he
fuck?
began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh, come on, let me move. I'm tired of being in this room. Oh,
It
come
was
on.
such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I don't have a wife. It's a mankin.
But there is no answer.
I don't know shit, Sherlock.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has.
I know
Nothing
what
has
you're
changed.
doing.
The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
You are turning this room into my office again, aren't you, you son of a bitch?
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
Shut
Here,
up.
watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can you just not hear me? Can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I can't, there's no mirror.
I
8.
suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
You must?
Well, Maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
What happened? Well, I was expecting to end this episode, and I died. So that's a good place to end. So let's continue again in this game. That's being really awesome. I'm loving it, and I hope you are too. Let's see you in the next episode. I see you there, I hope. Bye.